Dear viewers, welcome to this episode of Expert Speaks. Many times as NRIs, we feel that we are alone. We are away from our mother country. We do not know how many of our fellow Indians are there in the country where we are working with, or what are the strengths as NRIs collectively we exhibit. In this episode, the expert of the week, Mr. Tejas Bhatt, is going to bring to you all the statistics pertaining to NRIs, which may make you feel very proud about being an NRI and your contribution to our mother country, India. Stay till the end of the video. We are going to give to you very, very interesting statistics pertaining to the NRIs. This is NRI Money Clinic for you. And I am Dr. Chandrakant, your financial guide for a happy living.
NRI Money Clinic. No hype, just the right advice.
Dear viewers, NRI Money Clinic is more than 4 years old now. And all these 4 years, you have seen me as the face of the NRI Money Clinic. But there are people who work behind the scenes. There are people who took care of our clients all these years. One such person is co-founder of NRI Money Clinic, Mr. Tejas Bhatt. Mr. Tejas Bhatt is my son. He, by education, is an engineer. He did his engineering in India. He did his master's in business engineering from SRH Heidelberg, Germany. He himself has been an NRI for over 10 years. And after completion of his master's, he worked for a money transfer company in UAE as the part of the research team. He, apart from being the master's in business engineering, he has done his MDP courses from IIM Lucknow, IIM Ahmedabad, and XLRI Jamshedpur. He heads the fixed income division of NRI Money Clinic clientele. And if you were to be a clientele, you have interacted with him on multiple occasions. And today, he is going to present, to the benefit of all our audience, interesting statistics pertaining to the NRI community. Welcome to this episode, Tejas.
Thank you very much, Anna, for the introduction. I have been a part of NRI Money Clinic since the start. And I would first like to thank all our viewers and subscribers for all the support and love you have given us for the last 4 years. All our growth is because of your support and love. As my father said, yes, I have been an NRI for the last 10 years. I did my master's in international business engineering from Germany. And after that, I have been a part of a research team at a money transfer company called as Express Money. So being a part of the research team at Express Money gave me a clear understanding about where our NRI community is and which are the top countries where NRIs are present and what impact have these NRIs have created for their families back home in India. So, all this was a part of my previous work experience. Due to this past experience, I also urged my father to start a YouTube channel for the NRI communities across the world because there was not many source of information that was available online, which is why we decided to start NRI Money Clinic, and it's been a wonderful journey so far. Thank you.
Tejas, you are the masters of research. Every day your day fills with doing one or the other kind of research, and you have been working on all these statistics. So where did you pick up these statistics from? And when it comes to question of statistics, it can be boring. But give me only the relevant statistics which is of interest to our audience. From where did you pick it up? And what do you want to talk to our audience? It's all over to you, right?
Today, I'm going to present a short presentation on Indian diaspora statistics and remittance snapshot. So as I said earlier that in my previous work experience of working as a part of the research team at the money transfer company Express Money, so I have come across a lot of data with respect to NRIs and the money they send back home. So these data that I am going to present today are taken from Ministry of External Affairs website, United Nations Population Development Brief, and also World Bank Remittance Report. So all these numbers are also present in the public domain. You can also access them whenever you want. So when we talk about NRIs or overseas Indians, they play a crucial role in both global economy as well as development of India. Living abroad, NRIs have moved to different parts of the globe, or Indians who have gone to different parts of the globe for either a higher education, for better career opportunities, or to start a business. So this migration has led to the formation of vibrant Indian communities across the world, which also maintains a strong cultural and familial ties to their homeland, which is India. One of the most significant contributions NRIs make to India is through the money that they send back home. These financial transfers which are sent back are used for their betterment of their families. Could be to fund a child education. It could be for the healthcare of their parents. And sometimes they also invest in property and business ventures. India has consistently ranked as one of the top recipients of remittances globally, with NRIs sending billions of dollars annually. These funds not only uplift the living standards of the families, but also contribute to countries' foreign exchange reserves, boosting the overall economy. The flow of remittances is a lifeline for many families in India and is a testament to the enduring connections NRIs maintain with their roots. The financial support provided by NRIs has a ripple effect, leading to improved access to education, healthcare, and housing, and fostering economic growth in many regions across India. When we talk about overseas Indians, there are about 35 million Indians which reside outside of India. And when we talk about overseas Indians, they include the NRIs as well as PIOs. And they are located in more than 200 countries across the globe. So what is overseas Indians? Overseas Indians is a combination of total NRIs as well as PIOs. NRIs are Indian citizens residing abroad, either temporarily or permanently. And PIOs are person of Indian origins, which means they hold a citizenship of some other countries, but they have roots back in India. Or they are the second generations of who have their parents who were once a resident of India or had an Indian citizenship at sometimes in the past. So when we talk about total overseas India, or where are the top destinations where these overseas Indians are present, it has been USA with almost 5.4 million Indians living there. Second position is UAE, then Malaysia, Canada, Saudi Arabia, Myanmar, UK, South Africa, Sri Lanka, and Kuwait. So these are the top destination countries where total overseas Indians are present. If you look at the statistics, you will see that a majority of Indians are in USA and Canada, which is the American continent. And the second is in the Gulf region. The Gulf region also hosts a lot of overseas Indians. Now, when we talk about the top destinations for NRIs, which means people who hold Indian citizenships, they are majorly in United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, USA, Canada, Kuwait, Qatar, Nepal, Oman, UK, followed by Singapore. And a total of 15.8 million NRIs live outside of India, which is almost half, or close to half the number of the total overseas Indians that are residing outside of India. If you look at the statistics, you will understand that, even though USA has the most number of overseas Indians, UAE has been the favorite destination of Indian citizens who are trying to look out for jobs outside of India, which is the Middle East regions. You will see UAE, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar, Oman, they all are in the top 10 locations where Indian citizens are currently present as of 2024. These numbers are from Ministry of External Affairs website. When we talk about PIOs, or person of Indian origins, or people who have given up citizenship of India and are citizens of other countries but have their roots back in India, there are a total of 19.57 million PIOs living outside of India, and USA has been the top destination where PIOs are currently present. Malaysia comes at number 2, followed by Myanmar, Canada, South Africa, Sri Lanka, UK, Mauritius, Australia, and the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago. So these are the top locations where persons of Indian origins are currently present. So this gives you the clear understanding of, how many people are currently living outside of India. If you look at the trends in the overseas Indian population in the last 10 years, you will see a steady increase in the population numbers. The total number of overseas Indians living outside of India in 2015 was 27 million, and in 2024 it is 35 million. So there has been a slight slowdown since 2020 because of the COVID pandemic. So you see that numbers in 2020, 2021, 2022 and 2023, it has been quite stagnant or has been a very slow movement there. But since the last year, people have once again started to go abroad. So the numbers are once again increasing. And we expect the same type of increase in the future years as well. When we talk about trends in the Indian migration, there are many reasons why Indians are leaving India and moving into different countries across the globe. One of the prominent reason for is the students are trying to get a degree outside of India or trying to study outside of India. So the increasing number of students and professionals are moving abroad for higher education and better career prospects. According to the data shared in the Rajya Sabha recently, as on date, around 13.35 lakh Indian students are pursuing higher education abroad in 2024. For 2023, the figure was somewhere around 13.18, while it was 9.07 lakhs in the year 2022. So there are various reasons for this. It could be major reasons for it is increase in the education in India, as well as, the difference between the education cost in India and abroad. The gap is narrowing over the years, and people are choosing to study abroad more nowadays. And if you look at certain segments like the medicine and the engineering fields, the competition in India is ever increasing, due to which people are choosing to go abroad, as well as there are many abroad destinations where cost of education for particularly medicine is much cheaper than India as well. So this is one of the major contribution why people are moving out of India for educational purposes. So then there is also skill migration. When I talk about skill migration, people who are already working are looking out to work opportunities outside of India. So we have seen the IT boom in the last 20 years, which has generated a lot of jobs in the IT sectors. And we Indians have been the pioneers of giving the human resource required for the IT development. So IT professionals, it's a highly sought after in US, Canada, Europe. A lot of these countries consistently recruit people out of India for IT industry. Engineers are in demand in Middle East, US and Europe. Doctors and healthcare workers are required in US, UK and other European countries because they have a lot of aging populations. A lot of their demand for healthcare workers is currently in requirement in all these developed countries. So when we talk about laborers or, the blue-collar workers, they are in high demand in Gulf countries for construction, domestic work and manual labor. And as you have seen the recent developments, how the Middle East have completely transformed itself, especially the UAE and Saudi, with the plans of a lot of development in the next decade. There is a huge requirement of the blue-collar workers in the Gulf region. The seafarers have also been in global demand, particularly in shipping industries across Europe and the Gulf. At the same time, there are also a lot of NRIs who are coming back to India. They are attracted by the growing economic opportunities and the quality of life. They have worked outside of India. Now they would want to come back to India. There has been a lot of NRIs who are also moving back. And particularly people from the Gulf region, after they retire, they generally come back to India. So these numbers have also increased over the last decade. Now we'll discuss about the real power of NRIs or the overseas Indians. The real power of NRIs is the amount of money they send back to India every single year. India is the world's largest recipient of remittances, and it has been the world's largest recipient of remittances from a very, very long time. And in the last year alone, 120 billion US dollars was sent to India, and it accounts to around 3.3% of the GDP and is also a major contributor for the forex in India. So which are the different countries that send money to India? The number one country is United Arab Emirates, which sends about $19,821 million, followed by United States, which is around $15,808 million, followed by Saudi Arabia, Oman, Kuwait, United Kingdom, Qatar, Australia, Canada and Bahrain. If you look at this number, you will understand that a major amount of contribution comes from the Gulf countries. And the Gulf countries are the major contributors of remittances to India. And if you look at the people who are living in these Gulf countries, you'll see that the majority of the people or the overseas Indians living in these countries are blue-collar workers. So blue-collar workers send a lot of money back home, which directly contributes to the betterment of their families back in India. So this is the real power of NRIs, or the change that they bring into the lives of the people living back in India. If you look at the trend in the last 10 years, the remittance inflow to India, it has grown consistently, and it was somewhere around $70 billion in 2014, and currently it is around 120 billion US dollars. So you will see a sharp increase of these numbers from 2014 to 2023. Even though there was a pandemic in between in 2020 and 2021, the numbers have not declined. The NRIs have continued to support their families back in India, and even though there was a slight stagnation in the year 2020, it has drastically picked up since then, and it is close to $120 billion in 2023. So these numbers are from the World Bank remittance report. If you look at the future of the remittances, India will continue to remain as the world's largest recipient of remittances in the next decade, and remittance to India are forecasted to grow at 3.7% to 124 billion in 2024, and at 4% to reach 129 billion in 2025. India's effort to link its UPI, or Unified Payments Interface, with source countries such as UAE and Singapore are expected to reduce the cost and speed up the remittances. Now, when we talk about how NRIs send money back to India, so every month, whenever they receive their salaries, these NRIs living across the world send back a part of their salaries back into their family's account in India. So what are the common methods? So the common methods are the bank transfers. These are the direct transfers through banks, and it's one of the most reliable method, and it's also the widely used method. Then comes the online transfer systems. Many of the banks also provide the online money bank transfer systems, as well as the money transfer operators. Some players like Western Union, TransferWise, PayPal, they are one of the most cost-effective methods of transferring money back to India. And then there is also a brick and mortar system of the money transfer operators. Many money transfer operators like MoneyGram, Remitly, and many local money transfer operators in the Middle East also provide this money transfer services, where people can go to their branch, send money back to India. And there is also a growing number of mobile wallets due to the increasing popularity of Google Pay, Paytm, and PhonePe. If you look at the percentage distribution between the different modes of transfers, the bank transfers accounts to about 50%. It's followed by 30%, and money transfer operators accounts to about 20%. What are the pros and cons of these different methods? The bank transfer is one of the safest modes of transfer back to India, but it can be costly, and it can also be slow because of different cost at different levels. And the most fast and the cheapest method of sending money back to India is through an online service, and they are fast and relatively cheap, but they might have a limited coverage. So if you want to send cash to somebody in India, it may not be possible. So then there are the money transfer operators, which the money transfer operators nowadays have both online services, as well as you can also walk into their stores, and sometimes they can, to do a cash to cash transfer, it could have a very high fee. So this is the presentation on the remittance snapshot, as well as the NRI diaspora statistics.
Thank you, Tejas, for all this information. While we all feel as NRIs individually, you are feeling alone, but collectively it's a very, very big community. And today, if you pull all these people together, it's probably the size of one of the states of India. And the economic clout the NRI community as a whole shows here is mind-blowing. I'm very sure in the years ahead, this community will grow. The remittances that they send back to India will continue to grow. Feel proud that you are a proud Indian and you are doing best for your families and your mother country serving outside of India. Thank you very much for your time to present this data for the benefit of my audience. And I remain in gratitude to you for your time and energies to present this. Thank you. Dear viewers, it is an attempt that we have done to bring to your knowledge how big the NRI community is, what is its strength, how much of money they remit back to India. We are working on this now, and we are trying to dig into more and more data And as and when we find interesting things, we will do more videos on this particular topic. At the same time, a request with you all, if you want anything specific to be discussed on our channel, please do mention what things that you want us to discuss in the comment section below. We are listening to you. We'll get hold of the correct faculty and we'll bring the relevant information for your benefit. Thank you very much for watching this episode of NRI Money Clinic. I shall be back with you next Tuesday with yet another expert with yet another topic. Do subscribe, do share, and do leave your opinions in the comment section below.
Press the bell icon for more details and subscribe our channel.